Good morning, Sunday the 23rd of January today. Quite a dull morning, not too cold. We didn't have a frost this morning, but it's the first day we're having for about a week. We've been getting lovely sunny days, but very cold mornings and just a high of maybe 4 or 5 degrees during the day. Having said that, it's been quite pleasant in the greenhouse. The sun's still low in the sky and it's still behind the main house, so it actually isn't hitting the greenhouse as yet, so I do still have some grow lights on. And today all I'm literally going to do is a 5-minute video just to show you the state of play in the greenhouse. Things are moving well, plants are going out, I'm well through posting. I still have a few to post. I'll be on all this next week, but it's really just to show you exactly where I'm at within the greenhouse. I'm not going down the garden, we'll leave that until I actually start work on the trenches. I've had a few questions about blanching the blanch leeks. Mine are not at a stage anywhere near ready to be blanched, but I will try and explain and show you. I think I have some little collars and things here, and I'll also show you I've got some collars on some of the pot leeks. So we'll take a look and along the greenhouse, and I'll explain as we go along. Cheers now. Right, we're under the LED lights here. These lights are still on 12 hours a day. We'll take a look. There's one CSC in there which was just an odd one out of a tray. It was left over, and I stuck it on in a pot, put it under the light, and it just shows you how it does push them on. We'll see as we go along. These are some Pandas, nowhere near ready to, they've just been potted up, but they're nowhere near ready to have colours on. Moving along, some of the RMG, which is Ronnie Gills, they're looking reasonable. Berwick Leak, it's a little bit slow at the moment, that's the smallest one of the lot. Moving on to some Welsh Seedlings. Now, I like to see them a little bit thicker than a cigarette, not maybe as thick as your small finger. So this is my first collar. It is a 9-inch collar and just a small borehole. It keeps them nice and straight. So that goes on with the split cane. And initially it does look a bit silly. It's well up the plant, but don't worry, they will jump rapidly to the top of there. And then usually about every 4 to 5 weeks I will increase that length by a 3-inch collar. So that's not so bad. This was a new leek. Someone brought me the WRB. I'll be honest, it looks very much like the Betty Black, so I'm not going to keep it. I've got some Betty Black, so I don't need those ones. I've just potted some CSCs up. Right, moving along. This, as I say, this is under the LED lights. They're only on 50% power at the moment as well. Right, seedlings. Onion seedlings, these are going very nicely. This was a batch, there should be a setting date on here. There is on somewhere, I can't see it, but they're moving along very nicely. At the moment they're in 1.5 litre pots and they look fairly decent. There's no lights above them. I haven't got these on. A friend was here yesterday and he said they're growing well. He says, are you still putting lights on? But I'm not, because it is burning the tips. Because obviously they're not far off, they're only what 5 or 6 inches off the actual light itself, but they're doing okay. That's some seed which was set early. That's my own seed again. It's off Billy Stiff's leek, well, Mick Cook's Billy Stiff's the same leek. Right, they are Chris Evans pips, looking quite nice. Mark Rayner's pips, not as good as Mark's. He's got some tremendous plants, really big strong plants. But obviously the lights continue to do that, and I've got no lights on them now. This is Peter Kerry's blue leek. These are in 5 litre pots, looking quite good. Move that. DN1, that's Dennis Nuttall. That's number 1 seedling. It looks very promising at the moment. Nice broad flags on it. It's looking good. And there's some Betty. And those few plants there's only 15. They are all being grown for heavyweight. I've just finished potting all my own stock up. This is all for my own trenches and to be put away for stock for future years. What have we got here? This is the DN2, everything with orange label. They're all now in 2 litre pots, and the compost mix which I'm using is clover multi-purpose, just the general multi-purpose which anyone can get hold of. 1 bag of multi-purpose mixed with 1 bag of clover John Innes number 2. They are mixed together, and that's what these leeks are potted up in. I have used some Mychorriza, which I'll show you in a minute or two when we've had a look at all the leeks. These are virus free, and as you see, these are off grass. I have actually put short collars on here, and again I've used the same type of pipe lagging material, cut at 4-inch lengths, and I'm just making sure that I get some length on in case I want any early shows out of them. It does make length, but it seems to be much later on. Not forgetting this is a Cumbrian leak, it's just totally clean of the virus. You can see the spray lying on them. They've been sprayed, well, they were sprayed last night actually. These are still virus free without the collars on. Moving along, the red tags, they are DN1. They're making length. They did in the early stages anyway, the bigger plants. You can see they've made length. I'm not worried about that because as the plant starts to grow, it does crack its buttons and drop right back. A few GSNs in the middle there. Only 6. It's a little bit difficult to grow, so I am growing 6 because if you do get it out, it is a winner. These are virus free, which have been under the light for a fortnight. Makes a big difference, the light. Some late set onions. These are the select onions that I had in the early stages, selected seed. And there are a few of Joe Atherton's heavyweight, possibly set a little bit late to gain heavyweights, but they've just all been potted on. Moving along here, just beat for space here. These are the new Cumbrian. It was a seedling I had from a JSN, and they're looking very nice actually. You've got nice broad flags on them, lovely colour to them, and they are growing away very nicely. They're in 3-litre pots. Moving on to the DN1. There's actually a little bit of length on them, but these did drop right back. They were a lot longer than that, and they're just starting to put a little bit of length back on them, but I'm quite happy. Again, a lovely broad flag, lovely colour. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 flags on there at the present minute. As I say, we're still just the 3rd week in January, so there's plenty of time for them. They may be too big. The ones further along will probably be the main batch, but I've had a few big ones just in case they do stand. Depends upon what your weather does. These are DN2s, and again they're looking quite nice. And we have some DN2s. I don't know, my battery flashed up there, I don't know if it cut off or not, but they are DN2s and they're looking quite good. And then I have a few larger Pandas which I'm growing for intermediates. I've only potted 7 up. There's a few more of those which I've put away for stock. Right, we'll move along. I'll show you the Mychorriza I'm using. Right, this is the Mychorriza. It's just like a white powder. Myco Jordan it's called. It wasn't cheap, it's quite expensive for 8 ounces. And I was told that I can't use that with rainwater or with any feed. I do not feed apart from biolift. So anything biological is fine. But if you use tap water, again, it kills the living organisms within the Mychorriza. So I use a neutralizer in the water tank to get rid of the chlorine. I'm going to run short of battery, so I'm going to cut off. We'll take another look in a week or two just to bring you back up to date. Thanks a lot now. Bye-bye.